combination of, we'll call it difficult technicalities and sleeping in too long. And to be fair, I did get wrapped up looking at things on Twitter for responses, which will be the first part of the show. And unfortunately, because I have some family visiting later, I have to, who I have to go and actually collect. I will have to, shut this down a little earlier than usual. So in about, a little less than 3 hours, I'll be done. I do see I'm live on Rumble, which is good. Let me get my pinned comment sorted out. And I can start closing windows and opening others. So, as always, your financial support is appreciated over on Ko-Fi. And, balls. I ballsed it up. I accidentally deleted the message instead of pinning it. I have sent too many messages to spam to myself. Fucking lovely. Okay. Give it a few seconds here. There we go. And the chatbot is working. Excellent. We'll pin this message. There we go. Message has successfully been pinned. Okay. And currently I am the only person here, which is not surprising. I gave no warning whatsoever. Did no shilling today, so yeah. Let's see, what else am I looking to do here? Okay. Yes, I am in fact a professional. I'm professional. Okay, completely out of whack here now. Okay, so that goes there. That goes there. That's over there, so we're good with that. Hopefully some of you actually watched my latest live read a couple of days ago on Wednesday. I did chapters 14, 15, and 16 of Live and Let Die by Ian Fleming in my continuing attempt to read through the entire Fleming Bond novel set. Let's see. Okay, so let's do response here. Open my bookmarks in a new tab. Need to open YouTube because I have some stuff to respond to there as well, I think. Yeah, that big news story of the day, we're going to have to talk about that too. Review, respond. What do I have in here? Mute and pause. No desktop audio. Okay, this one. Okay. Okay, we did Santa Claus Conquers the Martians as a watch together last week, so we can remove that. That one's Skyrim, so I'm going to... Okay, let's share that, see if that works. Copy, Control V, enter. Pause that. Oh, no, pause. That's a short. We'll do that right before we do the Skyrim stuff. This one is also a short, so that will go copy there. Paused. Okay. So we've got a bit of a high-minded one, believe it or not. I know. I'm scared too, kids. Remove. There we go. Okay, so I can close that window. Oh, and I have a Six Semper Mentallis for you guys today. At least one. Possibly two. But, pause that. And we have some... oh yeah, no, I have a couple of different Six Semper Mentallis things for you guys. Which means I need to... that won't work that way. I'm going to have to... have I run Six Semper Mentallis in here? I have not. Okay. to open that window, and I need to... Yep, I'm going to have to drop everything down so I can get my... this one, yes, I believe. Is this one going to work? Yes, okay. Copy as path. I do apologize, folks. Normally I'm a little more organized than this, but it is what it is, unfortunately, today. So we've got that set up. And we'll copy that link. This is all stuff I should have had done before I was ready to start, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Remove that one. Copy that link. Remove that one. Oh, yeah, no, there's 3 good 6 Emperor Mentalist videos today. So that's good. And that one. Okay, and we can close this window. Bring up my response window. Okay, and copy that link. We're going to strain my system today because we're going to find out just what my system can actually handle. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, that's going to be fun. This one actually will be fun. So, actually, we'll do those in order, I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay, then. So, bring up the Avast browser here. And if anybody's chatting, I do apologize if I'm not responding. That should be the right one. And bring that up, see how bad that looks. Yep. Okay. There. And stretch that out to that point on the window. Also, I'm having some technical difficulties with my new mouse, unfortunately. I had gotten rid of the old one, but I think the new one is having the same problem, so it may be a software driver issue, which is unfortunate. My headset is charged. Okay. So I'll switch to the headset because we have to play some videos. Give me just a second to get this thing sorted out. Okay, it looks like I'm actually speaking, or at least being heard now, and I have the desktop audio open, so we will start with this, because that's important. And we go from that to this. From, I believe, our friends over at Clown World. Yeah. We celebrate. We got it recorded. Okay, so to give this a little bit of background before we start watching, this is titled, how was it captioned? Let me escape for a second. The caption says, "Shopper loses patience and snatches megaphone from vegan activist during in-store protest." Yes, because people would like to shop in peace. Quit fucking with people. Quit being dickheads. We celebrate. We got it recorded. Oh! God, what? That's what you get for being a dickhead. Quit fucking with people when all they want to do is buy food. Notice, if you look at the baskets, took me a second, sorry. If you look at the baskets, they say Asda. That's most likely then in the UK. Yeah.
A violent person.
Yes, he's a violent person. He's obviously very violent. Yeah. I will point out to you lefties that you say words are violence, so therefore her screaming through a megaphone inside a store, which can potentially harm your hearing, that's far more violent. And Sic Semper Mentalis. I believe we have at least, yeah, we have another Sic Semper Mentalis here. So for this one, from Lord Bebo, laughing my ass off, climate activists just cut out and sent home glued together. This is the best revenge. Let them deal with it by themselves. So these two individuals, we won't call them ladies, because I'm not sure both of them were born female. I'm not even sure one of them identifies as female. But yeah, they decided it was a good idea to do some sort of environmental activist thing, and well, you'll see how it turned out for them. Let me give you a hint: they're not holding hands.
Entschuldigung, warum du machen das?
Smiling. Yeah, you got exactly.
Ah, prima.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Also, I will point out, folks, if someone is attempting to get you to do an environmental activism thing like this, where you have to adhere your hand to some surface, make sure the fucking stuff you're using won't give you cancer or tear your skin on, in terms of chemical burns and things like that. Now, it looks like they're probably okay, but yeah. And again, Sic Semper Mentalis. And one last Sic Semper Mentalis for the day. This German grandpa is sick of the migrants. Yeah. Now, what you're seeing is him punching this guy. But trust me, there's a good reason he did it. Yeah, see, this is how the video actually starts. This guy is laying down on a public bench in a bus stop, hogging the bench. So this fella, as any good Western man of standards should do, comes over and points out, hey, you're eating up space that other people are supposed to be able to use too. He didn't drive him off the bench, but he sure as hell wasn't going to let him just do as he pleased, which is what good men should do. Now watch the guy's reaction. Old fella, remember, is sitting down, and this guy pokes him in the face. And God bless German grandpa, the testosterone still rages within him. Shut up, grandpa. Grandma, mind your own business. Yeah, right. And that was it, sorted out. Sometimes the proper application of force is actually the best resort. Because what was he going to do? Call the cops? Cops would go, well, you're just being racist. Yeah. And thanks, Bruce Barrett, for that clip as well, by the way. Okay, so I think we're now on to fun stuff. So I can actually dispense with that video as well. From Steve Loves Ammo. This is way more impressive than some of you may realize. Yes. Yes, it is. And this is absolutely worth watching. This is a teacup full of boiling water on two, looks like 5-gallon, maybe some metric amount based on the setting. It looks European. But just, this is amazing. Netherlands. The .nl on the back of the truck tells you, look at how close he is. And look at how fast he's going. That is fucking impressive by itself. Then he does this. This will pose you if you have any sense of the difficult sort of thing. I will point out, though, that's not how you make a cup of tea. You don't just dip the bag. Yeah, I was extremely amazed by that. Okay, and let's see, what have I got on my oldest part of this? Okay, no, I don't need this one anymore. We've done this one. Oh, no, actually we hadn't. Oh well, anyway. Yeah, let's do this one. Might as well get some loss of faith in humanity while we're at it. Okay, so this is from Libs Hate Us. Well, technically it's through Lauren Chen, but I will pause this and scroll it back. And I thoroughly agree with this. Libs Hate Us. We must raise the price of airline tickets until bus people can't afford to fly. No, no, that's not what we need to do at all. We need to do this. Or sorry, I need to do that. What we need to do is start enforcing the old standards and the laws that are on the books. Is anyone shocked at any part of this? I will point out the fellow in the glasses with the beard here. His first strike was this. Please don't do that. That was pansy as hell. If you're going to pull someone off of someone, then pull them off. Don't punch them off, because that doesn't work. It's not a movie. Hang on. Where'd that hat come from? Just watch this part of the screen. There's a hat that comes from. Okay, it came out. Guys, okay. I don't know where the hat came from. Yeah. And people have the nerve to ask, why don't people wear suits to fly anymore? Well, there's a fucking good reason for that, ma'am. Also, thanks Lauren Chen and Libs Hate Us for that one. Nobody responded to this one, but I will bring this up. And remind everybody that it has in fact been almost 4 years. And I would appreciate you showing me your honkers. Let's remember the truckers' convoy. I did neglect to put the word convoy in there. For those of you who don't know, this meme, which is actually a fresh one, is based on the film Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. The character is Critical Bill, and his line in the movie is, I am Godzilla, you are Japan, which I've adapted to be, I am the convoy, you are Ottawa. Yeah, I don't think we should ever let these fucks forget. And there's a damn good reason we shouldn't let them forget, which is actually going to be the next story because it does tie in rather well. And that's this. Actually, while I'm at it, we'll see what comes up when I bring it up. I may need to refer to that other link. But from Foreign Policy Canada, or Canadian Foreign Policy, Canada condemns Iran's use of violence against protesters and urges respect for human rights, including peaceful assembly and the freedom of association. Canada's government does that. Canada will continue to hold Iran to account. We've imposed 18 rounds of sanctions on Iranian officials and entities for human rights atrocities since October 2022 and successfully led the adoption of the Human Rights Resolution on Iran at UNGA, I'm not pronouncing it any other way, for the 23rd consecutive year. So you've been sanctioning Iran for 23 years. How's that working for you? Yeah, from Marielle. What was this then? Yeah, this doesn't look like Iran. This doesn't look like Iran at all. That horse doesn't look Iranian. Yeah. Let's see. De Civitas says, you sick hypocrites, you froze bank accounts, sent militarized police to beat up and trample Canadian citizens for the crime of peacefully protesting the violation of their human rights. Sit down and be quiet. I'll add to that. Shut the fuck up and go the fuck away. Witchy Gypsy says, Bill C9, Bill C63, good examples of freedom of expression. And the reason she flies her flag upside down, I'm going to guess it's a she from just that's the vibe I've got. No, said your name was Kim. Identifies as a tomboy. Aces. Use more of those. Uses the same image, of course. Hot meat and kettle. That was from Nink. from Tweetheart. You might want to sit this one out. Yep. There's one from Andy Lee, which I'm not finding. Trudeau government's use of Emergencies Act during Freedom Convoy violated Canadian Charter's rights, said the federal court. Yeah, but it's okay because it's fine when we do it to white people. It's not like they did it to the Browns. And from Andy Lee, because I believe this one deserves to be attended to. Maybe sit this one out. Yeah. How about this? Mark Carney saying it's time to end the sedition in Ottawa. Yeah. Do I remember Weirdo Carney saying peaceful protesters in Canada should be charged with sedition? You bet I do. Yeah. Hypocrisy is off the charts in Canada. It's not hypocrisy. They have no loyalty to Canada. They're simply governing us. Yeah. They're not actually part of the country. Never forget, absolutely. Fighting for freedom that never should have been taken away. Indeed. Canada condemns violence against peaceful protesters. From AR Mike, ex-Canuck. I follow him. I mean, this is just a well put together tweet. Yeah. Yeah. Canada condemns violence against peaceful protesters. Sure it does. Yeah. When it suits. When it suits. Let's see. Samurai Sword Guy. Oh, this one. We'll talk about this one. This is from Landor over in Lander over in Britain. And, he'd have 50 followers left. Well, what the hell does that mean? Why would he only have 50 followers left? I do not support this. Stephen Miller came out and said, "It's time. Asked rather, is it time to ban faceless anonymous social media accounts that do nothing but troll? If they did nothing but troll, sure. However, as with offense, trolling is in the eye of the beholder, and no one else's feelings should impact your freedoms. I say if your account is deemed troll and is anonymous, then it's a ban. Okay, well then we have a few problems, Steve. Sorry. First, who decides it's only trolling? You? What if someone's trolling you? Then it just looks like you're being a bitch. If someone's trolling me, I don't care. In fact, I generally roast people who try to troll me when they don't do a very good job of it. Let's see. Gets rid of the cowardice keyboard warriors. Sitting in the spare bedroom. Oh, that's cute. Yeah. Says the guy. Yeah. Wow. You are a specimen, sir. Let's see. The Daily Miller. Oh, gee, what could you be trying to push? You're an award-winning hypnotherapist and a media lifestyle commentator. Yeah, me too. It's all just a dream. Okay, my big issue with this, and I'll come back to Landor's tweet for this. I do believe I've already liked it. There's 333. It's a pretty good sign. So here's my issue with this. Not that I'd lose followers, which I would. Not that, people who feel like they're being trolled should have the ability to ban someone. No. My issue here is what mechanism would you use to prevent the anonymity? But you're talking about preventing anonymity. So immediately you're looking at some way to identify every account. That's an infringement of your right to privacy. I mean, if you don't want to necessarily put your face out there, you shouldn't have to be forced to. But the bigger issue I have is, how are you going to identify people? Are you going to ask the government to monitor social media? Yeah. Yeah. See, that then verges into the issue of freedom of speech. I think, Mr. Miller, what you should in fact do is develop a thicker skin, stop being a bitch, and if all else fails, get off of social media. You can't be trolled if you're not in the troll booth. Dumbass. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, good news. And I believe this is from Grums. Yep. We have good news from Grums. Let's see. Grums says we refuse to eat the bugs. Good riddance. This is the end of the woke food experiment. Europe's largest insect farm goes bankrupt despite receiving almost 200 million in public money. Yeah. Yeah, we're not eating the fucking bugs. It raised more than $600 million in public and private financing. Yeah. So 2/3 of its funding came from private financiers, businessmen who wanted to make you eat bugs. Well, let's rephrase that. Who wanted to lower the cost of food production so that you would eat bugs. Yeah. Taxpayers being forced to fund something nobody wanted. DEI hires an incompetent boobs running their program, blew all the money. No, no. People don't want to eat fucking insects, you dumbass. Brother Avarice. Winter Legend, whatever you call yourself. No. People won't eat bugs. Period. The only bugs people really want to eat are things like crustaceans. Lobsters, crabs. And I know they're not really insects. I'm just being goofy. Let's see. Bad news, unfortunately. It looks like the poor Kenyans are going to be, well, turned into coomers. From the Telegraph, an exclusive. A pleasure-oriented sex chatbot for Kenyan teenagers was developed using aid money from British taxpayers. Yeah. The app was built as part of a £41 million UK aid program which aims to, quote, invest in radical technology solutions to issues in the developing world. What are the issues in the developing world that you want to put a porn bot in a Kenyan teenager's hand for? I mean, just read that line right there. British taxpayers fund Kenyan sex chatbot. Are you fucking kidding me? I like this, and I will absolutely throw this fellow a follow. Patrick Bateman. Heard that name before somewhere. Anglo antagonist. Window pusher, knower of things. Yeah, I've paid taxes for things you people wouldn't believe. I'm gonna retweet that one. Yeah, that was good. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna try and do bad good as much as I can today. So let's see. From not sure who that's from because I already accidentally deleted the friggin' link in that window. From 3 Drake Drakina. This makes me like Bill Paxton more. Yeah. Uh, hell yeah, says hungry for. I hope it's not boys. Oh well. Anyway, we'll watch this video, and yeah, we used to be a real society with real men, even the pretend ones.
It's actually hard for me morally to justify being in a film with so many guns. I just find it very upsetting, and that's the biggest problem for me, is that reading the script, I had...
Anytime a Hollywood personality starts talking about ethics and how they feel morally about something they've already done and been paid for, I want to just go, because that's about the level of respect and of respectful response that they deserve.
no idea how martial the atmosphere would be and how much emphasis that would have.
You read the script before you agreed to do the movie. Fuck right off, Sigourney.
I give money to anti-gun legislation and...
Why? Okay, I'm going to point something out here. If you were against animal cruelty and you give money to dogs, would you do a film where you kick dogs the entire time? And by which I mean the hero spends the entire episode or show or what have you kicking dogs, and it is portrayed in a way that makes the dog kicking look heroic? No. So if your ethics are such that you disagree with guns, why would you appear in a thing that glorifies guns? If not for the simple fact that your ethics have nothing to do with how much you want to get paid.
I mean, I never even go to see movies about guns.
Okay. Now, God love Bill Paxton. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. Listen to Bill Paxton's response here.
I love shooting the guns. That's like the best part of my job. Oh, I've shot a few weapons in a couple of different situations, and I grew up in Texas. I shot a lot of shotguns and stuff like that.
I am once again going to state, rest in peace, Bill Paxton. You are missed. From that piece of military info, or military material, we'll go to this one. India has new uniforms for snow patrols. From Fundamentalist, who is clearly Bangladeshi. Indian Army just introduced new uniform for operations in the snowy parts of Kashmir. They made it black so they can find the dead soldiers' bodies easily. I mean, yeah. This would have been a better choice. Let me see if I can find a good image of Storm Shadow in the urban camo outfit from the early 80s. There we go. That's not bad. Oh, hang on. Open image in new tab. There we go. Yeah. I mean, that would have been better camouflage than the black, completely black uniform they're wearing. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me just check my chat real quick, make sure I haven't missed anybody. Does not look like it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It has to be done. And I apologize ahead of time. We're going to talk about Dylan Mulvaney. I know. I don't want to either. Mrs. Wilkes' pattern recognition says, and this is from The Lamented says, Dylan Mulvaney stuns as she shows off her hourglass figure, leaving other women, wondering how she does it and leaving men falling at her feet. Okay. Maybe The Lamented isn't aware, but Audrey Hepburn didn't have a fucking hourglass figure. Neither does Dylan Mulvaney. Also, the fact that Dylan Mulvaney probably still currently has a penis may be an issue. Not hourglass, more like a surfboard. Why must you lie? Who wrote this headline? Some Jewish progressive lesbian from Williamsburg? I mean, hourglass figure. Female. Shouldn't have to add female, but yeah, let's see, what do we got? Corset. This one looks okay. Hopefully it's true corset. At least she's more or less covered up. But if you see the curve here, yeah, that's an hourglass figure, not whatever the hell Dylan was talking about. Oh, this one's funny. Yeah, let's come back to Canada for this. So the Canadian Armed Forces, and this is from David Pugliese, raising a true militia, recruit Canadian gun owners for the supplementary reserves. I'm not even going to touch the video. I have no interest in touching the video. It's the responses to this post that we're going to look at. From Gun Gnome. Hello, Gun Gnome. And why would I want the help? From Ian Runkle of Runkle of the Bailey. Sorry, they banned my guns and have threatened to send the tactical team to kick down my door if I don't comply. I'm not signing up to die at the command of people who view me as their enemy anyway. Oh, sorry, as their enemy. Yeah. GM Forbes. LOL. No. Liberals have been shitting on gun owners and stealing our property for more than 40 years. They can go to hell. From Wendigo. Or Wendigoon? No, Wendigo. Okay. You think Canadian gun owners want to work for a government that's been hostile toward them for... Oh no, it's not work. It's die for a government. Yeah. And yeah, that is the appropriate reaction. Laugh your fat ass off. Darren says, not a chance in hell. They've been attacking me and those like me to buy votes in Montreal for the last 6 years. They know it. The minister responsible admitted to it recently. That's also true. The reason the Canadian Army is this desperate is because it's failing and everyone with half a brain knows it. Nobody wants to fight for the government that's been actively fucking them over for years, and that's why the recruitment and retention rates are the lowest ever. Yes. Also, I predict either or possibly both conscription. Good luck with that. You have any idea how many people are just going to walk over the border and say, "Hey, I'm an asylum-seeking draft dodger"? Uh, and the other option is service guarantee citizenship, which the moment Canada brings that in will be the end of Canada because we'll be flooded by Indians. More flooded by Indians. Yeah. And probably Chinese and God knows who else. The reason the Canadian Army is this. Oh, okay, no, read that one. From, I'm going to guess, Jinja Ninja. Red Out Ranch. I like that. Funny, it was this very same government who drove me out of the reserves. I will never again wear a uniform in support of this country. I would also spend every waking second discouraging anyone from signing up, and it would not be wasted time. No, sir, it would not. Also, thank you for your service. Gun-loving Canadian. Not this one. My skills and equipment are to protect myself and family. I will never defend a corrupt government, nor will I defend the simple-minded citizens that vote for this corrupt government. The end. Yeah. The government is criminalizing gun owners and seizing their property. You are a moron if you think gun owners are going to sign up. Why would I sign up to die for a country that doesn't respect my life or the efforts of it? Yep. Let's see. From Harbard. Sorry, the House Carl. Skyrim belongs to the North. Instead of abusing the rule of law to alienate 2.4 million law-abiding firearms owners, the Government of Canada could have reinforced the trust between citizens and the Crown and offered, oops, accidentally opened that somewhere else, and offered licensed firearms owners fast-track entry into the Supplementary Reserve of the CAF. Yep. Dominion of Canada Rifle Association, founded 1868. Vis unita fortior. With unity strength, I think. Sounds about right. My Latin's not super strong, but oh, yeah. Speaking of absolutely laughable things, let's look at this one. So apparently England is more afraid of Freemasons than Islamists. Yeah, the Met Police put this out. We will robustly defend our decision to require officers and staff to declare if they are Freemasons. Are you okay? What's next? You're going to ask them to declare whether or not they're members of the KKK? Because that's about as relevant. How about the Illuminati? Yeah, or the Secret Society of Serpent Suckers. Our response to the decision by the Grand Lodge of England to seek an injunction blocking the implementation of the policy is below. So what happened was the Metropolitan Police, for God knows why, decided that they needed to know who was a Freemason inside their organization and who wasn't. Which, as members of the British public, the Freemasons said, that's an invasion of our privacy that you have no right to do, and asked for an injunction. The Met Police's response to that injunction request is 2/3 of officers and staff surveyed agree that this policy is needed. We think the majority of the public would also agree. I think the majority of the public would go, who fucking cares? There have been calls going back a number of years for the role of Freemasonry in policing to be properly addressed, including as a recommendation in the report of the Daniel Morgan Independent Panel. We strongly believe that failing to act on these calls would further damage trust not only among, I keep doing that because I'm just trying to scroll, would further damage trust not only among the public but also other officers and staff. Victims should be able to know that when they report allegations to us, the officers investigating have been transparent about any potential conflicts of interest. Are you still hiring Muslims? In Rochdale or Rotherham? Yeah, yeah. You want to be careful about swinging around that conflict of interest dick a bit too hard there, bud. Similarly, officers and staff should be able to know that when they report wrongdoing by colleagues, it will be investigated on its merits with no opportunity for secret loyalties to play any part. You are fucking children playing in a world of adults. We must prioritize the maintenance of vital trust and confidence over any organization's desire to maintain secrecy. You are the people who covered up the fucking grooming gang bullshit. Fuck right off. Okay, let's do one more really laughable one. Talking about white cannibalism, except not. White people used to eat black people. No, really. No, this one. I'm pretty sure this is the one that was a comedy sketch, and people just lost their minds over it. Did you know that white people used to eat black people?
Did you know that white people used to eat black people?
Now, I didn't know that this wasn't common knowledge. And if you didn't know this, that means you don't follow me. But white people have always indulged in
Okay. Andre Williams, the guy who's talking at the beginning, is a comedian. Clearly. This bitch, not so much.
cannibalism. They ate their slaves, and they ate black people that were free after the Emancipation Proclamation, after lynchings. If you didn't know this, you don't follow me, and if you don't follow me, you should follow me. My name's Chemistry. I teach Black history. There are a plethora of books that you can look into that proves that this is a fact. Books like The Delectable Negro, which covers recipes of how to eat black people.
There's literally no historic evidence of white people ever fucking eating black people. There's tons of evidence, and even to this day, of historic accounts of black people eating white people and others. She mentions The Delectable Negro, a book that's not even about fucking cannibalism.
Yeah, the book's not about cannibalism. No, The Delectable Negro, a 2014 book by scholar Vincent Woodard, is an academic analysis of both literal and metaphorical human consumption and homoeroticism within the context of U.S. slave culture. How you get homoerotic anything out of slave culture is okay. I can see it because I'm a bit of a. I see the BDSM angle, but not actual slavery. It is not merely a book about literally eating black people. Woodard uses the concept of consumption as a framework to explore the full range of ways white enslavers and the broader white American culture consumed black bodies, which he describes as a spectrum of parasitic practices. Impossible.
It doesn't give any recipes on how to eat black people. Black people actually believe in this stupid shit because we don't know anything at all. How can you be this confident in being retarded? It's almost like a fucking superpower at this point.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Did I cut him off?
Don't get eaten, niggas. Did you know?
Don't get eaten, niggas. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't following. I am now. Because that shit's funny. And I apologize. He may not actually be a comedian. The most banned black on TikTok. He's from Detroit, former U.S. Army, 82nd Airborne, critical of black people and black culture. Fair. Let's see. Two left. Which one do I want to do? Yeah, let's do this Undoomed one first, because damn, that's funny. Especially in light of what we just talked about with BDSM. So from Undoomed, it's just laughter. And there's a damn good reason, because Jersey Mike's subs said something really fucking stupid. How do you top your sub? Now, I suspect this was intentional, or at least slightly intentional. But within within short order, no pun intended, Jersey Mike's went blocked, blocked, blocked. You're all blocked. And of course, my response was, yeah, phrasing. You said it, dude. From Shangori. One of these days, someone has to go, yeah, fair, your degeneracy is on us, our bad. Think we'll do more for a brand than doing this, or maybe even more than the original ad. How much for the blocks behind your foot line? Don't ask the internet a question. That's it. No qualifier. Just don't do it. Um, I always tend to fall back to refashioned hippies point that if just one of you ran this by just one teenage boy, yeah, you might have known that was a bad idea. Yeah. How do you top your sub? Yeah. Let's see. One last one. One last one. Okay. Copy this link. Now, this one I haven't really listened to or looked at all that much, so I do apologize if this is extremely retarded. But yeah. So a California man. Let me just pause that video. A California man, excuse me, armed with a samurai sword, grenades, AR-15s, and M90 shotguns, offers squatter removal service with a 95% success rate. The ASAP Squatter Removal CEO, James Jacobs, removes squatters in Northern California. He's been in the business for 7 years. Oh, I should credit Unlimited L's for this and follow them. He's been in the business for 7 years. Jacobs says the company first conducts surveillance to confirm squatters are on the property illegally. Then they perform what he calls a, quote, breach and clear. Lease agreements with property owners allow his team to enter and remove squatters. The cost of using ASAP squatter removal to get a squatter off your property starts at $10,000. Now, this is going to be very Mall Ninja retarded looking, but I mean, obviously, look at what he's holding. And I'm pretty sure that's actually not a... I'm pretty sure that's not an actual sword. I suspect that's a bokken he's using just for demonstration purposes. Though the reporter in this case does very much appear to be clowning him hard.
Breaching is breaking into the property and then clearing.
Yeah, that's not actually a blade there. I think that's actually a bokken.
Is actively going through the rooms and making sure there's no active threat.
According to Jacobs, lease agreements are signed between him and the property owners to allow his team to go in and remove squatters.
That's fair.
And it's not just samurai swords used.
For the record, that's a plastic... Yeah, that's a plastic trainer. And I know that because I used to own one. Don't judge me. I don't give a fuck what you think.
AR-15s, we have M9, 590, shotguns.
He's been in the work of removing squatters for 7 years and says it's a completely legal process. I talked with Cron 4 legal analyst Stephen Clark.
Okay, so you didn't give him an opportunity to back up whether or not it's legal, but you're immediately going to go to someone else and see what their opinion is. Weird. And, this is the thing. If he signs a lease agreement with the property owner, that means he's got the legal right to, excuse me, remove interlopers from what amounts to his domicile, legally speaking.
Who says that might be the case, but that the tactics used to remove someone from a property could lead to a criminal liability.
The samurai sword is a deadly weapon, and if there...
Don't focus on the sword, moron. Weapons are legal in your country. What you want to focus on is the legality of removing a squatter. What is the process? That's what I want to know from this. I want to know what the legal process is here, what the mechanism is that gives him the ability to say, I've signed an agreement with the property owner, you get the fuck out. I want to know where that is.
There was a confrontation with a tenant or someone overstaying on the property, and that samurai sword was used to
again, that's the US. You do have the right, well, I know it's California, but you do have the right to defend yourself still.
Inflict injury, that could result in a criminal prosecution.
Clark recommends going through law enforcement and the court process required to remove someone from the property. Jacobs disagrees, saying he's well aware of the risks, which is why he takes precautions to avoid legal battles.
Okay, that's not a sword. That thing is made of plastic. That's a stick. That's all it is.
Down the road.
I have a $1 million insurance policy. I have an in-house attorney. Heck, people make wrongful claims against my business all the time just to try and get money. Breaching is...
Oh. So this guy's been at it for a while. And, I mean, he's starting at $10,000 for 7 years he's been doing this? Dude, you need a new employee? I mean, to me, going into someone's property and removing someone who doesn't deserve to be there simply because they committed a criminal act to stay there, feels pretty righteous to me. Yeah. I won't even bring a real weapon. I'll just bring well, okay, let's not talk about what I'll bring. But yeah. Okay. So the high-minded thing that I wanted to talk about. Let me see. Share, copy link. Close that. So from YouTube, specifically from, I believe, Tucker Carlson's channel, we're going to talk about this.
You have this fertilized egg.
Shush. So the title of the video is, Does God Give Clones a Soul? It's a good question. And yeah. It's kind of an important one. And I'm actually going to stretch this out so we can see this guy's whole face. There we are. That back down. There we go. Okay, so it's a good question. Will God give human clones a soul? That's a philosophical conundrum if ever there was one. So I'm just going to play this, and hopefully I won't get copyright struck by Tucker. I don't expect to, and I'm going to talk every now and again, so fair use.
You have this fertilized egg, and it seems as if this is life. This egg is now fertilized. And
Okay, if you successfully clone a human being, you are not creating life, but you do have a life. Is it a human life? Well, clone is genetically indistinguishable from donor, therefore, materially, yes, it's life, it's a human being. The soul thing, whew, yeah. See, I'm a sci-fi nerd, and we like to talk about the transporter in Star Trek and whether or not that kills you.
God puts a spirit in this. Now, sometimes this egg will split into two, and now you have identical twins. And if there was a spirit there, it's like God puts another spirit in that other egg as well. That is,
Or is the spirit such that it can be split infinitely? Because you can have a fertilized egg that splits into anything up to octuplets, I think we've seen. So, is that actually no? Sorry, in the case of the Octomom, that was 8 different fertilized eggs, so we leave that one alone. But even in the case of quintuplets from a single egg, is that 5 new souls, or is that one spirit split 5 ways? And the soul is such that it's indiminishable. That's a good question.
it's just formed. They just split off this first one because you get two independent entities that are identical.
Yeah, and they're not really identical. Even identical twins have minute differences. Generally, they end up being nurture rather than nature. It's in terms of behavior, experience, things like that.
Identical twins, and they each have a spirit, the spirit of God that He's placed within them, that He's put this spirit within them. They've been made in the image of God. So when you think about it in this context, you see that God seems to put a spirit along with that physical fertilized system. There seems.
So I can see a case being made in terms of natural division, where, okay, identical twins obviously have souls. Now, there's a lot of, granted, mostly anecdotal and uh, not particularly scientifically confirmable evidence that twins have a different connection than the rest of us, where one twin may sense another one being in danger or being harmed. That kind of leans more towards the split spirit side of things, doesn't it?
To be a spirit there that He puts along with it. What would He do now that you have a cloned system?
That's actually a really good question. What would happen to a clone? Would it have a soul? Would it not have a soul? I think I'm actually going to talk to a few of my more spiritually minded friends and see if they want to come on for a discussion about that. In any case, folks, oh, and fuck me, I forgot to start the recording. That would have made such a good short. Oh well, I'm gonna have to download that. Excuse me. Evil drugs. Just kidding. So that is the better part of an hour actually spent at that today. I'm going to have to remind myself. That's why I put a mark on the back of my hand. Remind myself that I need to download this one today.